Last week, I shared with you the story from EC3 about the party at his home a few years ago, with Velveteen Dream allegedly leaving his smartphone in the bathroom to film people pulling out their pricks as they went to relieve themselves. It's been a very eventful few weeks for Velveteen, the Velveteen Nightmare. Between that story, which apparently was an open secret for years, and his recent arrest after assaulting a gym employee and violating his probation as a result. The latest legal update on Dream, per PW Insider, is that he was declared guilty of violating an existing probation when he was arrested back on August 20th. The presiding judge released him on Tuesday, citing that his confinement of 25 days in Seminole County Jail was sufficient punishment. So he has been released. The first thing he did was take to Instagram to refute EC3's comments. He posted a video sitting in his car. I'm not sure if it's the same one that cops observed him snorting cocaine in when he was arrested last year. In the interest of being fair and giving both sides, here is what the Velveteen Dream had to say. I'm trying to help my old man out on a computer and I just type in WWE, right? Tell me why the first thing I see is EC3 has talked to the dirt sheets. I guess since I'm on TMZ now, I'm somebody again. EC3 has gone to the dirt sheet saying, if you haven't seen it, he had a party at his house one night, and if I'm to be correct, this was about 2017 or 2018. I'm not going to tell people who was at this party out of respect for our mutual friends, but one of our mutual friends is a former NXT talent that no longer works for WWE, and the other person is a current Monday Night Raw talent who used to wrestle for NXT. Mike, EC3, you go out here after I gave you the best match of your entire career. I'm tired of people throwing dirt on my name. You throw this dirt on my name saying I tried to record you in your bathroom. Let's be honest, Mike, you are leaving out a lot of details. What type of powder was on the table, Mike? So let's not leave out all the details. The other two people, our mutual friends, were there. I left my phone on your bathroom counter, and because you were not sure of my sexuality at the time because of the character I played on TV, and because we are not friends in real life at all, you tried to accuse me of recording you in your home. So, what did I do? I went to our mutual friend who no longer works for WWE, a former NXT talent, and I showed him my phone and had him go through my photos and videos and my recently deleted, just to prove to you and the other person who was there, who I respect him and he has a job, I'm not going to put him out there. I had him prove to you that I was not recording you. Cocaine is a hell of a drug, Mike. Get your shit together. If anyone would like to go to my friends list and check out who follows me, EC3 is a follower of mine. If you thought that much of me and you couldn't trust me, you definitely would not be following me on social media all these years later. You're pathetic. Control that narrative, asshole. I have to admit, that was a great parting shot. That was the best thing that Velveteen Dream has done probably in the last 3 years. Control that narrative, asshole. I love it. By the way, that 24-date tour that Control Your Narrative announced back in July would be starting in October is now off. That is according to EC3. Once they lost Karrion Kross and Braun Strowman back to WWE, that was pretty much the nail in CYN's coffin. Not a very expensive coffin either, more like a pine box. Dream also wrote on Instagram, a lot of cocaine users still employed, truth be told. So he basically admitted he and a bunch of NXT talents were doing cocaine while on the roster. Color me shocked that you take a bunch of young 20-somethings and stick them in Florida to work and party, that there's going to be cocaine involved. Cocaine is what single-handedly powered the entire 1980s wrestling boom. It's the reason Vince McMahon instituted his very first drug policy, because of how rampant the cocaine use was in the late 80s. It wasn't a steroid policy, it was a cocaine policy. It never really went away. People just got more discreet about it. PW Insider reached out to EC3 for his response, and this was the statement that he issued to them via email. In life, I forgive everyone for everything that has been done to me. I personally have never failed a drug test from any employer, nor been arrested for drug usage, paraphernalia, assault, battery, or inappropriate behavior. My forgiveness includes Patrick Clark for setting up a video recording device in the bathroom of my home. As far as any other accusations and allegations against him, I hope that he finds the help he needs. Winter is coming has a very different meaning when it comes to the Velveteen Dream. Even before his most recent arrest, WWE sources had indicated to Fightful that they had no desire to bring Velveteen Dream back. One source even said that it would be a public relations nightmare that the new regime was not interested in. By the time Velveteen Dream stopped appearing on NXT television, he already had a ton of heat in the NXT locker room. And according to Fightful, completely separate of that, he had become what one NXT coach said was a headache, and was talked to several times about unusual behavior in general at the Performance Center. So what that unusual behavior was, we don't know. I don't know that I necessarily want to know. But it goes to what I said last week. Even if you take away the accusations of grooming, which really is what killed his career, even if you take that out of the picture, the chances of WWE wanting to bring him back were next to none. He had too much heat on him as it was, too much baggage, which is too bad because he's got talent. Nobody's denying that. He's got talent. He could have made a lot of money for himself, for the company. But once you get a rep for that sort of thing, it's very hard to shed that. Very hard to come back from that.